Robin, I don't know if the intro stopped or not. Because, like I said, I can't see you. Everybody, thank you for coming on. We're going to wait a second, and I actually have to log into different groups so we can go live. So, everyone that is on my personal page, thank you so much. Robin, I may need you to talk a little bit while I'm getting all of this put together.
I know it just feels so funny to be on the other side since I don't see anything, so it's
I
not
know.
like I'm just like, oh, I can see stuff. So
No,
yeah,
everybody that is tuned in, please send us a hi because I do see that someone is watching on Facebook. So please,
yay.
please, please say hello so we'll know that you're in here. Like I said, right now, I'm just going through the
People,
motions of trying to add everyone on Facebook at this point.
gosh,
So
Facebook
please,
hasn't
please.
seen me on anything in like 2 years. And I was told that I need to get one just for this. Hey, Deborah. I
Hi, that is my Aunt Deborah. I can't see you, but I know that is her.
hi,
All
But yeah,
right.
I was like, this is gonna be different. But I was told that I need to get a Facebook page. But I'm like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So maybe, maybe in 2023, I'll come back to FB. Yeah, and then there'll be a 9 year hiatus.
Dana, hey sis, I'm so sorry. I forgot to text you, but we were trying to get everything together.
Mhm.
Earl, thank you for coming on. I'm trying to get into Singlish right now to add us on here. So, you guys, we have special guests. And also, like I said, we are recording the podcast live. So, there is going to be some pauses or the intros and going into part one and part two. Just to let you guys know, we are not logging off. It's just for recorded audio purposes only. So let me finish trying to take over Singlish because that's what I do since I am the moderator over there. So
Yes,
let's see.
yes. Hey everyone.
All right. I just posted in Singlish and let me make sure the group is watching me. So
Technology is something else.
I
I'm
know.
glad that you're our IT, our resident IT, a part of this podcast.
Right? I don't know why, but yes, I am.
She holds it down because I just do my job via technology. This is too much for me.
All right. Yes, we are officially live in Singlish. So, to all my
Yay.
Singlish friends, I just want to say I have taken over. Let me see if Earl is in here before I start saying stuff. I have taken over. And since we haven't had Singlish, you guys are going to get a little bit of what I do on my podcast because I know I do have some listeners in Singlish. So, you guys get to experience an episode. And whoever the Facebook user is that said hello, make sure you guys, when you come into the live, make sure that you click on the video so you can leave your message or your comment so we'll know exactly who is on here. So,
Yes.
Robin, I
Hey,
guess are you ready?
I'm ready. Been
All
ready.
right. So you know we do the chit chat in the beginning. So let me count us in at a three, two, and one. So Robin, I think we had a great episode last week.
We did. I'm saddened to hear though that I was, muffled, but it's all good.
It's it look, all
It
that
happened.
matters is that we are definitely doing this and we have the guests. They came back.
So excited. So
But we
excited.
have everyone.
Yes.
And
Oh,
Billy, I want to apologize to you now for calling you Melissa throughout the whole episode, but I do want to apologize. I see you laughing over there, but yes, I do apologize because when I listened to the audio, all I heard was Melissa, Melissa, but we have Melissa.
we do. We have all the whole team, the whole crew.
Yes.
Exciting.
So everyone that's listening, please tune in. Please share this because we have two amazing women on here that are going to discuss what's in their little black books. So, Robin, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. Welcome to Disaster Data 101. I'm Natasha Renee.
And I'm Robin Breon.
Come join this disastrous journey as we talk about our dating horror stories,
Real issues.
and how we can work through these issues to create a healthy space for becoming a better you for you. And
Yes.
today's episode is Single
Single, not
Not.
sorry.
All right. So the reason I came up with that title, Single Not Sorry, is actually because of the guests that we have. That's the
Yes.
one thing that they promote for their app. I don't want to discuss the app because I want them to come in and talk
Yes.
about their app. So right now we're bringing on our guests from the creators of My Little Black Book app. We have Billy and Melissa.
Yay.
Yay!
Hi, thank you for having us
Hi.
back.
Yes,
Excited.
we are so happy to have you. And we all have this yellow on.
I
I
know. Good
I love
vibes only.
Yes,
yeah.
Rays of sunshine.
yes, definitely. So, if you guys can introduce yourselves to our audience and let them know who you are and talk a little bit about your app.
Sure, go ahead.
Billy, my amazing partner, she's awesome. We created an idea we had together. And Billy, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm Billy. Melissa and I created My Little Black Book together. Melissa was having a mishap, basically, like we all do, right? When you're dating a lot of people at one time, you confuse which person from which app. And, there's usually multiple, especially when it's a very common name like, John or Steve or, something like that. And yeah, so essentially, Melissa, it happened again where she had a little mishap. And when she was talking about her mishap, we just couldn't believe that there wasn't an app out there that literally organizes everything and curates dates and, all of this. So yeah, that's kind of how we kind of came up with everything. Melissa's dating life, her crazy dating life.
And that's why we're here at Disaster Dating 101.
So Billy and I met working together, and we were Haitian. And at that time, I was on like 5 different apps. I was talking to, I don't know really who told me what. So one day I was on the phone with Billy, and I think I was talking to Steve, wrote me, and I wrote him back the wrong thing. And he said, I'll take you out for a glass of wine. And so I'm on the phone with Billy, and I'm like, oh my God. And I thought he was awesome. And I was really interested. Sometimes you just kind of talk to people, but sometimes you're really interested. So I said to Billy, I said, oh, if there was, she's like, what happened? I said, I just wrote the wrong, you can press a button and take it back, but you can't do that. So I said to Bill, we can organize this because we've all done this. Anybody I know that has been online dating has done messages that somebody thinks I'm from another state, I'm a different person, but they're organized. So I just said that to Billy. I said, if there's a way to put this into one place when I go travel, so that's my mind is like something like Expedia. Why can't we do that for dating? But a step further, she's into social media marketing. She has her own experiences that.
So, like you guys said, it's not a dating app, correct? It is a dating organization app.
Exactly.
Can you guys explain some of the features that we have on the app before we kind of get into the conversation? Because I want everybody, especially everyone that's listening right now, because we do have people listening, because we'll go back and forth for you guys to reiterate what's going on with the app. But can you just talk about like the features and why this app is different than other dating apps? Because it's not a dating app, but help us single people. Well,
Yes,
not
definitely.
us single people.
Yeah, right.
Us
As a whole, globally.
I don't want no trouble, but yes.
I'll give the elevator pitch. Like it's the short, simple, sweet version of really what we are. So My Little Black Book is a productivity app to organize dating, all of your dating on one platform, making dates fun, and then also making them safer. So we're essentially like a digital online diary, an integrated calendar, a safety feature that is, all encompassing. So we're really just adding another spoke
Okay.
to the wheel, helping
Right.
daters date efficiently, safer, and have fun.
And also, I'm trying to type in the website right now, but I want us to say, can you guys provide the website while I'm typing it in? Because I'm not sure if I'll be able to pin it in, but I'm going to put it in the comments for you guys.
Sure. It's mlbb.rocks.
All right, you guys, that's mlbb.rocks, and that is the website to come on the app. Now, when is the app actually going to be released?
August.
Okay.
August 1st.
We're shooting for August 1st. So the first
Okay.
week of August.
All right. Yes, it won't allow me to pin it. That's what I was trying to see. So I wanted us to talk about today because, how disaster dating, it's just us having regular conversations. And the one thing, that I noticed that you have this dating organization app where before in dating, we didn't have these features, you weren't really texting. More people, you had online dating, but more people are going for online dating. They're finding love online. I know with my past relationship, my ex and I, we met offline. And even me, I was a serial online dater. Like that was the only way I knew how to date was online, because you get so comfortable with literally going on your phone, going on your computer, just click here, click there. But like you said, you get guys mixed up where you forget who you're talking to or what app you may have found them on. What experiences have you guys had as far as with online dating? I know, Billy, you are married, but you did date previously. So what experiences that you guys had with online dating? Robin,
Well,
you can go first. I'm sorry, because I forgot.
That's okay.
We have everyone on here now.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I've had great experiences. I think for me during this pandemic, it really has like kind of escalated, with the online dating part. Before 2020, I was kind of meeting people and doing online, but being bored in the house, you're right. It's the convenience of having the phone, convenience of meeting people. But I will say, like you, Melissa, I get people mixed up. I have a habit of not saving numbers. So if somebody would hit me up, if I get like 1,000 good morning beautifuls, that what guys love to give, it's like, oh gosh. Then it's a follow-up, like literally, is this Steve? Is this John? Is this Mike? And then I'm going through the different platforms that I've used, dating apps, to figure out in the message, whose number is this? And it's been a mess. So I'm excited about this app that you two have created.
And Melissa, what about I know you briefly talked about it, but also I guess a little bit more experiences that have you found it successful as far as being on online dating sites?
Numbers game. Absolutely.
Okay.
And Billy and I have said that several times over and over. This is when you're on so many apps, it gets exhausting. Sometimes you want to hop off them and you just need to take a break. Our app is going to help make it more simple and easier and more enjoyable to date. But I've pretty much had every symptom of online dating, confusion, overwhelming, time consuming, no safety. I've had it all. Billy and I did is we put all these things that everybody complains about to try and fix all those issues that people have, enjoying it and being online a lot longer.
And what about you, Billy? Like I said, you are married, but you
Yes.
have gone on these sites also. What was your experience?
So, I've been with my husband now for 18 years. However, when I met my husband on Match, and the one thing that I found is literally the same problems, exactly the same problems. You're mixing people up, you're speaking to lots of people at different times on the platforms. But the only difference between when I met my husband and where we are now is you have everything in the palm of your hand. So it's not like you could really run away from it, where before I could be on my computer, And if I messed up, I could literally just shut it down and not have to worry because, I was like, okay, we'll just, now you have to block and all those things. But yeah, same thing, really. I mean, between the pictures, that they put up and, like being 10 years younger than the picture that they really put up there, yeah, all the time. And, just mixing guys up constantly. I mean, I was an avid dater, chronic dater, because, I wasn't looking for anything serious. That's just where my mindset was. So literally all the same things. It was overwhelming. It would get frustrating because you would see the same guy on 4 different apps.
Yes.
So it's easy to confuse them because you're like, did I meet him from this one, that one? Which personality am I dealing with from which app? So yeah, definitely a lot of the same issues. And then the safety was a big problem.
Okay. So I guess something happened, and once Melissa comes back in, we'll bring her back in also because it'll give me the notification when she hops on. So you guys, she
Okay.
didn't go. She's coming back. But
Okay.
one thing that you mentioned on the app when we talked last time, Billy, you were saying that it is you all have a ranking system on the app. Can you,
Yes.
I guess, kind of explain to the audience how that works as far as the ranking when you are utilizing it for dating?
Yeah, sure. So we have, it's just another feature for organization. So one of the organization features is when your date has completed, you can literally rate your date. So
Okay.
you get real time, raw emotion. Like soon as the date's over, you get a push notification. So you kind of rate your date right then and there. So that way you don't wake up in the morning and go, oh, maybe I was being a little rough. No, you want to go with the raw emotion because normally that's your instinct. That's your gut. So you should
Okay.
probably go with that. So it's just another way to kind of rate the people that you're dating, and it goes on a leaderboard, and it's easier for you to keep track. You could see, how many people from, let's say, Tinder you actually have on your leaderboard, and it really
Okay.
helps the users to kind of decide which apps are going to work best for them.
Okay. And before we end part 1, I just want to ask you guys, what makes this app different than other apps?
But remember, this is a dating app. It's
Yes,
the
it's and that's one thing. But what else? Like, what sets this app aside from others? Like you said, it's not a dating app, but I know you guys do have a lot of features that a lot of other apps don't have.
we have. There's a lot of things you can actually make dates through the app. Like Open Table, Ticketmaster, which you don't have. We have several safety options. Billy is really good at going into the safety, which is one of the biggest issues, which actually keeps people off the apps is, giving out your phone number, and there's background checks. So we have all those options, and not only are you bringing those all onto our app, but you have all that our app and be able to, organize everything.
Okay.
There
And
are no apps out there.
no, it definitely isn't. And then, like you said, coming back into part 2, I talked about it before, but again, this is a new audience also, and this is live. So if people do have questions, you guys, I do see that some people are on. Also, please remember, if you are looking at the video, to actually open up the video to ask questions so we can know that you guys are on here. But after we get done with part 1 and go into part 2, that's the one thing that I do like about you guys' app is that safety feature. So let's end part 1, and then we will go into part 2. And we are back with part 2 of Single Not Sorry.
Not sorry.
I'm not sorry, but I'm single.
Nope.
Beyonce cute.
Yes, I know. And that was the whole Lemonade album, and we got on Yellow and Lemonade. That's what I'm talking about.
Perfect.
I guess we got
It was
our
meant to
inner
be.
Beyonce in right here. But we have the ladies of the creators of My Little Black Book. We have Billy and Melissa on tonight, and they are discussing their dating organization app. It's not a dating app, but it helps you with your dates. because I know I'm unorganized. And also, I know, Melissa, you weren't on the last time we were on, but I was saying, and Billy also talked about a story with someone else, but I've had an experience with having like those bad dates and kind of scared to go to my car because met someone online and it was kind of sketchy. And it's like, do I wait until you leave? Do I sit here? Do I try to end the date early? How do I feel safe? But you guys have a great feature on your app. And I just wanted you guys to, let this audience know what those features are.
Yeah, sure. So let's get into there's several safety features, and that's just from us being users, knowing how we are. And I see you have somebody who asked a question, is this app just for women? No, it's not. It's for everybody. So one of the really cool safety features that Melissa and I decided to implement is we actually have a safety check-in feature, which is super cool. So we have a geolocator. And so what happens is when our users make the reservations through OpenTable or Ticketmaster or even their own manual date, when they are set to go on their date time, what they do is they literally go on their date. They get a push notification. It says safety first. Please notify your safety contact. So what it does is you literally hit check in and it will send your safety contact, not only who you're with, exactly where you're going to be at and how long you're going to be on this date. Then when the date is over, it sends you another notification to rate your date and to check out of your date. So when you check out of the date, you're going to say, okay, I am at home, or I'm on my way home, or I'm going to stay out and this is where I'm going to go. One of our other partnerships is with hotels.com. So if a user decides, hey, I'm drinking too much, I'd rather just stay out, then, you also have that. Another add-on eventually is going to be a panic button, but that's going to be in the next set of features. But Melissa had already discussed it as far as getting an incognito number. So when our users come onto our app, if you're not comfortable giving your phone number out yet, we have an option with a partnership where you can actually just have a phone number that you're going to hide until you feel comfortable enough to give that person your real phone number. So like when I was dating, I used burner phones. We didn't have this option yet, but technology's come a long way. So this is like the modern day version of the burner phone. So that's essentially what we're doing. And then, of course, if you want that extra layer of protection, which Melissa has done this with many a dates, I'm sure you ladies have as well. I've done background checks on my own. So whenever I would go on these dates, I would make sure that I was doing these background checks on Clerical Courts and, anywhere else I could figure out mugshots, whatever. So on our app, we actually have a partnership with Ben Verified and People Finder, where we can literally go on and the users can get a background check just if they want to have that extra layer, of protection.
Awesome.
And Robin, you don't need me anymore because I am the detective when it comes
to detective. Anything you need done, she's gonna find it.
I can find the mother, the dad, the sister. I can find everyone and give me about 15 minutes.
Absolutely. Same.
First started working with Billy, I met Billy, and I was, she's been married and I was dating, so I'd come in when she would be like, give me his name. What do you know about him? And Billy would do all the, background checks for me. But
Sasha.
Really,
you gotta be safe.
Yep.
Yeah, and I found this guy, shot.com. I don't know what made me go on mugshot.com, but I did, and he was on there for unregistered firearms and domestic violence. Can you out with somebody you don't know if you don't do background checks?
Right.
Crazy.
Wow.
I just helped somebody the other day where she met a guy not on an app, but out and about, which we do have that feature on our app, by the way, out and about feature. Not everybody meets on apps these days or on social media for that matter. But at any rate, she met him at the gym and she was like, he was so hot. He was hot. And she's like, showing me a picture. And I'm like, I don't know. She goes, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but something's not quite like there's something a little off. And so she gave me the information that she had. We looked it up. He actually had 3 separate counts of dating violence in addition to other felonies with domestic. Wow. Yeah. And she's a 5-year-old daughter at home, a 5-year-old daughter. So the thing I felt really good about doing what we're doing, for the safety. and it's not just for women. There's men. We're in South Florida. It happens all the time. There was actually just a conversation I just had 3 days ago of a gentleman who was down here visiting in Miami, and he actually got lured to a hotel room, drugged, woke up with all
Wow.
his credit cards gone, his Rolex gone, all of these other things that were disappeared.
Wow.
Yeah, Billy and I, when we we started doing a lot of research when we really learned on with this industry. We didn't realize, and I guess we all go out, we're out there dating, and you think we always feel that way, and we didn't realize that one or there are symptoms of sexual assaults. 1 in 5.
Yeah.
That's a
Wow.
Yeah.
high
That's a
chance that
lot.
can happen to you. And I've
Yeah.
dated for years. I'm lucky. Nothing. It's crazy.
No, it definitely is crazy. And that's why I think I love that feature that you guys have. And even like you said, the phone number, because I was saying before, I'm the type of person I can't keep up with the Google numbers because I have it in a different app where this app I can have, like you guys said, everything in one place where I don't have to find which Google number I'm using because I probably got 2 or 3 because out here the DMV you got to have one area code for the DMV and then
Yes.
my area code on my phone is Jersey. So it's like you got like 3 phone numbers because you're trying to keep up with the people in the area. But also I wanted to say to the Facebook user who asked, was it just for women? The one thing that I had joked around about is I feel it's a great app for men to put together a date because of the features and the partnerships that you guys have with all like you said with the hotels.com
Yeah.
and the open table. Guys, you need this app so you can put together the perfect date.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It really takes the guesswork out of it, I mean,
Yep.
like I said, I've been married for 18 years. My husband, he is super just thoughtful, but if everything is there in one spot for him, it just makes it so much easier, and it takes a lot of the thought of, he's like, you know what, she likes this, and you know what, she likes that, and everything is in one spot. So yeah, absolutely.
No, like you like I mentioned last time, is I listening and reading about you guys' app, I feel like it's for everyone. It's not just like you said, it's not a dating app, it's for everyone. Because I know I have a bad habit of not being organized. I think if you guys don't submit the Zoom calendar, I would forget that we all have a meeting because
Yep.
the calendar automatically goes into my regular calendar so I can see on my phone, oh, we have to meet at this time. But I know for me, I am horrible when it comes to organization. And like I said, I just feel like this is a great app and I just love what you guys came up with. And I want to thank you guys for coming on to, our platform to even talk about it because one, you see 2 amazing women that came up with a great idea that you wouldn't even really think of. Like, let me just put everything into one place, to make it easy. And that's the one thing that I like about this app. I feel like it will make dating easier. I know we had all had a discussion when we talked together and when you guys explain how it works, especially Robin, you being a psychotherapist and knowing the people that you talk to, and even me being an introvert, I feel like this is good for us who don't really get out but want to get out because you guys, oh yeah, it's another feature. Don't you guys have like a feature for what's going on and what's around town type
Yes.
ordeal?
Yeah, we do. That's with Ticketmaster. So we have the events through Ticketmaster. So there could be plays going on, there could be concerts going on, different local events. So yeah, everything is there. So, you can make the best date ever where you're going out to dinner and then you can go to a show afterwards. And, if you're, dating this person consistently and you really want to take it to the next level, then you can use hotels.com. We're in South Florida. So what better way than to get a gorgeous hotel that's beachfront after having a spectacular date?
Yeah.
Yes. I need to
But
have
I
a
have-
date down in South Florida.
Plug.
See-
What were you saying, Melissa?
First boyfriend that I met on POF, right? Divorced or newly separated. I can't remember. It was a while ago. But he came from Maryland to come meet. I have a friend who's actually married to somebody who she met from out of the state. Actually, a couple of people. So he met me. We met through the app, and he came here and he got a hotel room in my area. So we could have met connected through our app, and then he would have made a hotel room through our app. But instead,
Okay.
but you know,
Yeah.
we'll have done that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
and you mentioned as far as dating and the one thing like I said, we always talk about the bad dates and how we can make things better and even get back into the discussion real quick because I know that we're about to be wrapping up soon. I don't want you guys to leave, but we're on the time limit here. But what are like a question to everyone because we're talking about this dating organization app, how dating has changed from before and to now and how we see things differently. Do you guys, how are you dating differently? Like for example, I know before in our 20s, the things that we look for then and now how we're looking at things now. What was you all say, how do you all date differently? Like, and how has your dating perspective changed? I guess we can start again with Robin. How
Yeah.
do you date like how are you dating now before as far as in your past?
Yeah, definitely in my past, it was kind of like, oh, he's handsome, he's cute, you like me, I like you, that's it. Now, yeah, I want to be attracted, but now I have a vetting process. Like, one, are you happy? I'm big about happiness. Like, are you happy? Are you fulfilled with your life? Because if you're not happy, how are we going to be happy together?
Yeah.
So I kind of look at these things. I try to, definitely, I would say in my past, I would ignore a lot of the red flags because I'm thinking, I can make this person change. Now, if I see the red flags, I'm 40 now. So if you're my age and you've got these red flags, guess what? They're going to stay there. So I'm definitely trying to look more for more green flags, and really just
Mhm.
have this vetting process of what it is that I like. Do people have a goal plan? Where are they headed in life? So as opposed to in my 20s, I didn't care about those things. You were just cute.
And Melissa, how has dating changed for you or your perspective of dating before and then now?
I think that so many messages on so many different apps, and I think I kind of took it for granted for a while. So if you get 50 emails a day, sometimes I would just look at them and I wouldn't read. It's overwhelming. But if I'm really truly interested in somebody, I make sure that because sometimes when you're on an app, if you have like 20 messages, they get all the way, and you can overlook that. So I'm making sure I'm really diligent and paying attention, look at who's writing me and make sure that if I'm interested, I'm going to communicating with them and following through.
And Billy, we know that you're married, but how do you keep that long-lasting relationship going? So once we get out the single process and we get to the engagement
Yes.
and
Yeah.
then to the marriage,
So
how do we keep that long-lasting relationship?
So I'm almost 50 myself. So I met my husband when I was in my 30s. So I was definitely in a different mindset then. So like my 20s to where I was at when I met my husband. So I was kind of like you, Robin. Like it was, oh, he's hot, he's cute, he's fun. Red flags. Oh, what red flags? It was like that.
Mhm.
And then it got to a point where I was more annoyed than anything. I was like, this is not what I want anymore. Then what I started looking for was what I knew I couldn't deal with. Right.
Yeah.
So when I found my husband, there were so many green flags just throwing at me, and I knew at that point that, okay, I know I can't deal with X, Y, Z. And he did none of those things. And that was really the game changer for me. So I was looking for a partner, somebody to walk side by side, somebody that I could be friends with, that, we respect each other, we trust each other. And so, yeah, it definitely changed from my 20s to, I didn't put, a timeline on it. Single, not sorry. That's the way that I looked at it. It was just, I'm going to date and whatever happens, happens. And I'm not going to beat myself up over it and think that it's me if it's not working out, because sometimes it's just not meant to be. And that's okay.
Mhm.
You don't have to settle. Just, know what you don't want to deal with, and don't feel bad about being single. Don't pressure yourself into following somebody. That's the way that I look at it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
definitely true. I know for me, and I discuss on the show all the time, I always wanted to save someone or make sure that I was that support and not realizing that I wasn't supporting myself.
Mm.
Always trying to be there for the other person to say, like, see, I'm here, I'm available, you need me, where I wasn't taking time for myself. And I would say, this past well, before the year, Robin even knows, I went through this process. And even the reason why I came up with the podcast is because, I was in this relationship where like I said, I met my ex online. And I always say to some of the people, I mentioned on the episodes, that I looked at his resume and, I said, oh, he has a good job. He's a single dad. He had all these great qualities. And when we started dating and like when we moved in together, it was a fake resume, and so after that breakup, I really took the time to kind of step back and look at, like, what am I doing wrong? How am I dating, and what am I doing to correct it? And then, a year ago, I meet an amazing guy just randomly on the streets of Orlando. um, and we clicked from the first day, and we have been talking for a year. And even with that, it's totally different because we're not in the same space. We don't talk on the phone every day, but I feel like when you're secure with yourself and you're
Mhm.
happy with yourself, you don't need that. Oh, well, I didn't talk to you. Why didn't you call me? Because I'm learning that people do have things that they do outside of
Look
talking
at
to you.
you.
So, like I said, I'm so happy that the space that I'm in, I know Robin's happy. I know everyone's happy. And I just want everybody to be happy within themselves. And that's
Right.
what we promote here on Disaster Dating 101. So the one thing that we do at the end of every episode is, even though we didn't have a particular topic that we talked about, we always want to give someone some good advice and something that they can, keep and remember after listening and talking to us. Because I always say, even though you had the bad, there's always good somewhere. So, Melissa, what is some advice that, or just a saying or something that you would give someone, even if they're not single, just to uplift them, so to
I,
say, some positive vibes over here?
I'm so happy that you asked me that question because this is exactly what I was thinking. I've been dating somebody for like 7 months now, and he is not at all what I've ever would have dated. I was like, this guy's a meathead. I'm never going to go out with somebody like him. Well, he honestly is the most amazing to me and my family and my son. And he's just amazing. And the only reason I even was thinking about it is because I read what he wrote, and it seemed very, you know what? Forget the pictures. Let me just see what he has to say. Spoke to him, and I've been with him. Just go outside the box. You can look at somebody, but really just go beyond.
Go outside the box.
Love it.
I definitely
Yes.
agree with that. And Billy, what gem or jewel would you give to someone, also, what the listeners that are listening tonight?
Yeah, I would definitely say number one, definitely love yourself no matter what. The good, the bad, the ugly, and do you for you.
Hmm.
Yep.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
And
Billy,
Robin?
I feel like you were in my head. I literally was about to say that, especially when Tasha, you said like putting yourself first, that validation, you validate yourself, don't look for anybody else to validate you,
Yep.
and I feel like your happiness definitely comes from within, but you're no good to anybody if you don't provide yourself with your own oxygen. I say it all the time to my patients. When we fly on the airplane, they say, you put your oxygen mask on first, and then you do your neighbors. So you provide your own self-care to yourself. And that's what matters, literally. It's okay to be single, but not sorry.
That's
Yes.
right.
And that's how I was going to end it. Like, definitely single, not sorry. I love that whole, like, when you really listen to it, like, single, not sorry, because so many people think that it's bad that you aren't married or you aren't in a relationship. So always remember, just because you're single, it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. Life is not over because you are single. So ladies, can you please provide your information so people will know how to get the app, where to get the app, and when they can get the app?
Yeah, so we're exclusively on Google Play Store starting in August. You can find us on all of our social media. We're on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, and then, of course, MLBB.rocks.
All right. And Robin, how can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Robin, ROBYN _217.
All right. And if you are following my personal page, you can find me at Natasha Renee _ the creator. Also, thank you guys for listening. And Disaster Dating 101 is available on all major streaming platforms. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at Disaster Dating 101 Podcast, Twitter, Disaster Date 101. And if you want to share one of your dating horror stories, please leave us a message on anchor.fm/Natasha Renee. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTubers. I really appreciate this. I love this Single Not Sorry. Hint, we should make it a series, Single Not Sorry. But I'm just putting it out there on the air for everyone to hear. But thank you guys so much for listening, and good night.